Hey everyone, welcome back to FTB Revelation. And since I last left off, I've been doing a little bit of work, some mining, and just kind of rebuilding a few things. Last episode we set up, I believe, this nice little compact machine, which I'm not sure if we're going to work with that just yet. Not today, but we are going to be doing some fun stuff with that. But a few things that I've actually worked on, I'm going to show you guys real quick. I went ahead and restructured the hulls here, made them look a little bit nicer using some slopes here from our block craftery, some glowstone, some of the factory block chisel stuff, looking pretty good. Added some vents in the wall. Not sure, I might need to do something on this side. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that also last episode we worked on that automatic contraption. I think I'm just going to leave it as is and just restructure the room with some decorative blocks as well. So I don't know, I kind of like it. I just kind of like it being there. I think it looks pretty neat. So alright, well, let's get started. Oh, actually, hold on, forgot about this. Forgot to show you guys. I worked on the kitchen a little bit. Added some nice brick in the wall, which I think goes well with the cooking for blockheads, sink cabinet and its cooking table there. Also used some slate brick from Rustic, like the way that kind of looks on the bottom part of the bricks, and just some chiseled cobblestone. So fir wood across the top for a little structure there. Might add in a door as well at some point, and we still need to fix this up too. So I think that's pretty cool. We can actually see our skywalk from up here and the rain falling and all that good stuff. So very soon we will be getting everything all nice and beautiful looking. Plus we're going to be doing some outside building probably in the future. I already have some plans for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in and work on what I'd like to get done today. So a little bit of mining. I got some more Certus quartz dust, which probably ought to set up and start getting cooked into some more silicon, because we are going to be working with a little bit of applied energistics today. Now, what I plan on wanting to make is, well, first off, we're going to want to make ourselves an export bus. We got the fluid as well, and or dictionary export bus. Ooh, from Extra Cells. Oh, wow, never mind. Well, actually, that's like fully upgraded, isn't it? That actually might be better. 4 acceleration cards, 2 fuzzy cards. I think these can only hold up to 4 upgrade cards, so let's actually go ahead and make up the initial one. Now, I think we have just about everything to make at least one and just kind of get things rolling here. But let's go ahead and get a few things set up so we can actually get a couple of these easily crafted. One of the beautiful things about crafting with applied energistics, it makes things go a lot quicker. All right, so let's get some ME cable. And we're going to try out a few things. I want to see if I can get our processing system fully automatic to where all we have to do is just put our ores in there and it will automatically go through and do everything for us. That's the plan. Let's see if we can get that taken care of. So we're going to have to restructure a few things in here. Let's also grab, do we have our hatchet in here? Yes. I want to make sure we can tear this down quickly. I think we're going to have to remove a lot of these and maybe reroute some power in here a little better. So let's go ahead and start off with the bottom one here. We're going to set up our ME export bus, which we can go ahead and right click on. We can take a look that it does have a few slots in here, which looks like it only can go up to about 9 different things, which would serve just fine considering we do have 2. And I believe as far as ores are concerned, if we take a look at that, we're not really going to be bringing in emerald, redstone, diamond, lapis, or mainly things like iron, gold, things that we're going to get processed. A lot of them that are up here usually are going to break into smaller bits for us. So, I mean, unless we want to go the whole silk touch route, then obviously we can do that, but I don't know if I'm really planning on wanting to do that. So we got like 4 ores here, 1 more there, yellowite. So that's what, 5, 6, we got 7, 8 for the normals, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we might just have to route a few to one and then the rest of the other. Maybe that'll be the plan. We can do that, or we can go and work on making the full-on or dictionary one, which I might actually just wind up doing, seeing if we can make 2 of these. Now, what all are we going to actually need? We're going to need some types of wool. We're also going to need to make these advanced cards, so we're going to need some calculation processors. Okay. I think that's doable. The problem with that is it's also going to require quite a few diamonds to do, so that's a little sad face right there. As I don't have a whole bunch of diamonds to be really working with all of this stuff, so... Do we have wool? No. Do we have string? Not a whole lot. So I might have to take some time out and go get a bunch of that stuff taken care of. In the meantime, got some more logic processors made. We should be good to go on that for a while. Let's go ahead and toss in those pure Certus quartz and get those making up so we can start using those. Let's see, export. But I can go ahead and show you guys a nice little basic property of like kind of how I want to set this up. It shouldn't take all episode. I doubt it will. So we're going to just kind of do what we can quickly. Do we have Fluix? Yeah, we do. Cool. Awesome. Let's go ahead and toss a little bit here now. That's the other thing. Even though these are going to be set up probably for processing ores, I still want to be able to have an extra one or something of that case, like an extra furnace, an extra pulverizer around that we can actually just use for random things, such as if we need more Fluix dust, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah, I might need to plan on doing something for that. So we might have to make up another one. Did that actually go through? Okay, it didn't. That's good. Alright, let's toss you in there. And we're going to make up about 4 sets of those. We'll leave another 4 for later on. So let's go ahead and make up 1, 2, 3. And actually, we also need an import bus. Oops, not importy. It's not that importy. So we could either do an import bus, unless they also have an interface. An ME interface is also another option I do believe we can go with. So let's actually try out a couple different methods. Recursive networking! Woohoo! Oh, that could be a deal. Maybe if we did something like this. This also gives us options in here, but not as many as I was hoping. And I wonder what kind of card we can actually use in this. Fuzzy card. Acceleration card. I'm assuming probably for that. No. It actually tells you exactly everything it can go into. So I'm not really sure which upgrade card works inside of this one. Level emitter. ME interface, crafting card. Ah, that makes more sense. So we could have things go into this, I do believe. Might have to use the export bus, but let's just try something here real quick. So let's say, for instance, I want iron ore. I want to see this. It's been a long time since I used this. So that just automatically... What did that automatically just do? Did that just suck it back into the system? I sure do think it did. Thought we were allowed to actually use this to actually push items into, which I think we can if we send up the export bus to it. Like I said, it's been a while. I like to relearn sometimes and figure out new things. So I'm guessing if we did this, put that in there. Yeah, so there we go. So now we start filling that up. And I guess what we could do is have this input from here. Is that automatically going to output? Let's also check something else. Auto input is enabled. Okay, so it's not going to... Whoa, that's going a lot faster now. Look at that thing go. Wow, that's speeding up pretty quick. I wonder if it's going to fill up the whole thing. Oh, cool. Ignore the contents of the target inventory. Show or hide interface terminal. Well, that's a little unfortunate. I really thought we could maybe set that up to send that through. So that's all right. That's not really how I really wanted to set this up. This is basically what I'd like to do. So So we're going to try to do this and then reroute some of our power here. I'm going to try and set this up kind of a little bit nicer, if at all possible. But we could set up the interface right here and not really have to worry, I don't believe, about the import buses. Because it doesn't matter what comes out of these, whatever comes out of these are just going to be needed to go into the system. So that's the plan. So let's set these up a little differently. Auto output enabled, and on the bottom we're going to set this to output only. There we go. Oop, that's the wrong one. This one needs to go on the top, so there we go. So anything goes inside this guy. Let's go ahead and do that. So it's going to automatically input. There it goes into our ME interface. So if we run this now, a cable over, is that going to pull it back into the system? It sure looks like it just did. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. Let's take a look at our iron. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hate it when it does that. I got to use that. So we got only 12 iron left. Whew. Yeah, definitely need to get iron going in this very quickly. So we got 12 in there right now. And there's 13. Awesome. So now we can go ahead and start working on doubling our ores. And I believe the way we're going to work on doing that real quick is we're going to use our item ducts. And I think if we do this appropriately, we can try to make this look pretty nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead and put our signal plated ducts there. And let's see. So we don't have to worry about going up. I guess not. Yeah, we don't really need to worry about going up. All right, so we're just going to run this guy out to here, which that doesn't matter if that connects or not, but that powers him. And then we can just go ahead and run this here, and that's going to power those two. So everything's all now hooked up appropriately. Everything should be getting power just fine. Yep, there's that guy filling up. Our, yep. We still got power in that guy. Cool stuff. All right, so now we just need to really start working on getting the card set up for this. The problem with that is, like I said, I need to go get some more string, some more wool, and all of that hooked up. But let's try to make this look a little nicer. We got our structure ducts, which I do believe I set up a while back ago. And we're going to set these up. I believe we can do it with our lab blocks like so. There we go. Go ahead and set that there, there, there. Awesome. And then we just need to put a block there. Cool. Nice and easy. And the interface just sitting there. It doesn't look the prettiest in the world, but you know what? It's efficient. Keeps us from having to make another block, and it works just fine. Just have the machines automatically export to that. So, guys, I'm going to take a quick 1-2 break. We're going to go grab a few items to get the last little bits done, and we're going to see if we can actually possibly try to get that fuzzy export bus. That might work pretty well for us, which is right there, the ME or dictionary one. So, that's my cue. I'm going to go get stuff. I'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, and we're back. So I did a little flying around and I found some sheep, got a little bit of wool. Also, went ahead and upgraded my watering can to a hardened watering can. Working pretty well. It just kind of would be a lot nicer if it held more water and didn't use as much maybe, but that's not too bad. But it really, really speeds up plant growth, like quite exponentially. So anyway, we got some calculation processors working in here, and I keep forgetting that, you know, the reason why we're so low on ores is, well, because they're all upstairs and we still have not moved them down. So let's go grab those real quick and see if we can actually get those incorporated into our system as well, so we don't have to worry about so much of our ingot storage going towards other things. Plus, we might be able to incorporate it and make it real nice and easy. So let's go ahead and jump right back down to the lab. Get this moved over, and we're going to probably wind up setting this up in the back. We don't really want this up in the front too much, so we're probably going to make a nice little area for all of this here in just a second. Alright, so let's go ahead and place this down, let's say right there for now, and let's go ahead and maybe use this back wall here. Like I said, there's not really a reason for us to have to have these showing anymore, as we can just read and see everything that we want inside of the system once we actually get it tuned up that way. So we're going to go ahead and grab our storage drawers, or our compacting drawers in this case, and there we go. There's the drawer controller. We're going to move that guy aside for the moment, and just having this one here in hand should go ahead and replop everything down just as we want it. There we go. We even got room for a few more, which is probably something we're going to be doing very soon. Not a bad thing. So let's go ahead and see. Let's run a line. Maybe here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put that guy right there. So I do believe there is an item in Applied Energistics that we want to get that's going to allow us to actually read from that. Is it a chest something or another? Trying to remember the name of that. Half these things I cannot remember. But if I see it, I might recognize it very easily. There's our ME controller, something we're probably going to have to get into in the future. I think it might be one of these things back here. Maybe. Could be wrong. Usually am. Interface? No. I wonder if they have it in this version. Oh, there it is. An ME storage bus. Pretty easy to make, actually. We just need a ME interface, a sticky piston, and a regular piston. Done and done. Alright, we got a little bit of cabling on us, so let's go ahead and type in storage bus. Yeah, let's go do the full thing. There we go. So we should have an extra piston in there, I assume. We guess we don't. Okay, that's fine. Make 2 of those guys up. Make 1 sticky piston. And quickly make ourselves a interface, which we're missing. This guy. Boom. Bam. Done. Nice. And there we have it. An ME storage bus. So this, once we actually get this, yeah, limitless potential. Oh, yeah, buddy. Alright, so in doing this, we're going to set this up right here on top of the drawer controller. Because we can see, just by holding anything, doesn't matter what, if we just shift and hover over it, our tooltip shows us literally every block, or everything that is inside of our drawers, as this is the drawer controller. So if we go and place this guy on top, or at the bottom, in this case, of that, maybe we'll run this through the floor, and we'll get the floor set up back here a little bit later on, once we kind of get a few more things done back here. Ooh, look, perfect. Some more iron for our testing. Alright, we're just going to run our ME cabling all the way over, and as soon as we hook this up, which there's an ME drive right there, that's going to be probably the hookup. So we see we don't have a whole bunch of things inside of here just yet. But let's go ahead and go bam, take another look. Yeah, look at that. So the downside of this is it is going to kind of show us the nuggets, but it's going to be a little bit different. So obviously, like if we pulled out a stack of gold, this is going to go down as well. See? So a little downside there. I think we can actually hide that. I think we have a card or something we could do to hide that. I think there's a card. Can you put a card in here? I don't know. Might have to look at that later. But that's going to be pretty awesome. And I wouldn't mind making a few more. We have some other metals that we can actually go ahead and set up back here, like steel and probably a few others also. But for now, that's going to work out just fine. Working good. So let's go ahead and start looking at getting these other things taken care of real quick by cleaning up the inventory first. Alright, so we got everything all nice cleaned up back here. Looking pretty snazzy. We need to go ahead and set up our pulverizer. If we're looking at the front side, we need it to output on the right side. We want everything to output. There we go. Okay, so we want everything to output on the right side. Just like so. And we're going to go ahead and change this. And we're going to have the input on the back. There we go. So everything should make their way through. This one, instead of like coming and cutting through. It's just going to go straight over. It's going to get backed up probably, which is fine, but over time it's going to finish up and do its thing, and everything's going to make its way into the interface, back into the system. And once it goes into the system, it should make this the priority, I'm assuming, even though, you know, we shouldn't have to set it. So it should make its way back into these instead of going into our drives. And we'll double check that and make sure when we run a couple tests. In fact, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and grab a little bit of iron. And we're going to go ahead and toss that inside of the pulverizer here. Wow, I guess it was already finishing up in an action there. That's pretty neat. So we need to set out auto output is enabled. Then why aren't you outputting? I could see orange. Probably because we didn't set up this one. So if we're looking at this at the front, we want this on the left side. We want that blue. So now we should start seeing stuff coming in. There we go. Got our iron coming into the system. And so if we go ahead and take a look at iron over here, it is not making its way into here. Probably because we also have iron already set up in here, which is not good. So if we just type in iron, let's go ahead and see if we can like try to remove all of the iron out of here. Crap, it's still going. Break! Let's do something real quick. Seeing as how we already have a few items in there already. Let's double check, make sure. So 145. Got a little platinum out of that on accident. No big deal. So 145. Might have to work on the priority of that then. Because that should have went in. I guess maybe... iron. Oops. 145 still. 145 still? Well, that's weird. There should have been a little extra coming in still, right? Alright, well, let's try that one more time. Ah, there we go. 146, 147. There we go. So we need to make sure we do that for everything. But we got our system pretty much ready to go. We just need to set this up to blue over here. This guy's ready to go. So the last component we're going to need to set up are the export bus. The export buses, actually. Let's go and take a look at what we need to do to make a few of these things. So we're going to need a bunch of these acceleration cards. And that is where the calculation processor is going to come into play. I think we're going to need around 16, maybe a little less, because we only need 2 of these. So we're going to need 2 fuzzy cards. Actually, in all fairness, we're going to need 4. Okay, there's those. And then we're going to need the acceleration cards. So we're going to need 8 acceleration cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. And then we're going to need our export buses. So, things how we already have 2 of those, which is fine. We can actually use a few of these things for later on. No big deal. Let's see how well these are going to work for us now, because I don't think I've actually ever used these. But if they work as well as I think they might, then this might just work out even better. Woohoo! Look at that. They just shot right up to life. Look at that. They're not even doing stuff. They're working so well. Or dictionary export bus. Should I just type in or? Does that work? What is it? Why is everything lit up? Why did everything just go blam? I wonder if this is like the mechanism one where you have to type in like that. Alright guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with this for a minute. Like I said, these are something I've not really ever messed with, but once this all is said and done, we should have a pretty nice little system set up back here and not have to worry about things for a long, long while. So let me go ahead and mess around with this for just a minute, see what it is exactly that I need to do, and we'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, after doing a little bit of testing and some research on what it is that we actually have to do in order to set this up. And I believe it's set up like this to actually pull out all of the ores out of your system. But unfortunately, I'm not sure if this is just a problem of the export bus here, but it seems to be eating my ores. And that is not something to ever be proud about. In fact, that really, really stinks. So we're going to do a quick test real quick, and we're going to grab a little bit of ore. So got a little extra sitting here in the pouch there. And we're going to have to probably make some capacity cards, which requires a basic card. Calculation processors, this one actually doesn't require us to make any of those fancy ones with the diamonds, which is great. But what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you guys real quick. If we type in ore, there's absolutely nothing in here. So we're going to go ahead and put that ore inside of there. And we're going to just check real quick with a testing chest. All right, there we go. So the ores are making its way into the chest. There we are. Not bad. All right, so now we're going to do a secondary test. I'm going to show you guys real quick what I was doing. So let's go ahead and rehook this up. If we go ahead and take a look, we can type in ore one more time. Place the iron ore inside. We can see it sitting there. Let's go ahead and reset it to make sure it's still. Okay. So if we type in now ore star, hit save. We're going to take a look inside of the chest. There's nothing there. We're going to type in ore, and our iron ore is gone. So everything we put inside, all of the ore that we actually had inside of the system is unfortunately now gone. This thing literally ate it. It is supposed to pretty much just sit there and export it like it's supposed to. They're not glitched out items or anything. I'm holding shift and everything. It literally just ate it. So I hope that before you guys decide on using it, that you take a word of advice and test it with just a few ore before you start going ham bone otherwise. So let's just go ahead and get rid of these guys. And let's go ahead and take a look. We got our other export bus here, and we're going to go ahead and put him up here. So these guys seem to be working a-okay. The ones from the extra cells don't really seem to be working all that great. So let's go ahead and type in card one more time. We're going to want to make sure we get a couple capacity cards. Now it actually shows us the max amount that we can actually place inside of these things. As you can see, it looks like storage bus can hold 5. That's pretty cool. All right, but we're going to need a few of these. We're going to need, I believe, 4. We're going to need 2 in each. So we're going to put those 2 there. That opens up all of those. Scheduling mode. Export the first item until the network is empty. Then try the next ones. Ooh, pretty neat. All right, so we got that taken care of. And let's go back to card one more time and take a look. So we can use these in... Got a fuzzy card. Fuzzy card might not be a bad idea. Can we use that inside of here? All right. Match any. Split damage. All right, so not really what we're looking for. Not in this case, at least. Not for ore. All right, so just wanted to double check, make sure that's what all of that was about. So the next thing I guess we could really work on in getting is some acceleration cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can only put 4 in each of these, so 2 acceleration cards, 2 capacities, and then last but not least, we just need to make sure we have a whole bunch of ore, which unfortunately I had a whole bunch of ore, but then I'm gonna have to go do some more mining because yeah, literally screwed me over on that one. So I'm gonna have to just grab what I can and just add what I can in each of these. Boop, 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 boop. And so now, if we take all of that, we can go ahead and say, let's clean up the inventory while we wrap it up for today. So we'll just go ahead and do this, that, and you. And with that, we could hear our machines doing their job. Well, at least this one's going to be. This one's going to be mainly for these blocks, and then we'll set this one up for something else. That's going to make its way into the furnace, and it's going to make its way into storage or in there, which I need to do a little bit more work, but I'll do that off camera. So going to go ahead and wrap it up here for today. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of FTB Revelation. If you guys did, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out. Lets me know you guys are still enjoying the series. And if you guys really enjoyed it and want to see some other videos from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That little bell notification icon next to it will notify you guys when I do put out a brand new video. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.